Today we're talking about the A-10 Thunderbolt, also known as the Warthog. This aircraft is a straight wing, close air support aircraft. One of the most successful of the Air Force for close air support. It's powered by two turbofans. It's heavily armored, flies low and slow, able to pick out targets of opportunity or answer air support calls on the battlefield. There are four things that make this aircraft highly efficient in its mission, the role of the close air support aircraft. One thing, the efficiency of this aircraft. This aircraft has a crew of one. It has the ability to take off from short, rough runways because of its reinforced wings and landing gear. It has interchangeable parts: engines, landing gears, stabilizers. From left to right, if you need to replace parts on this aircraft because of damage, it's easily doable. The aircraft skin is not load bearing. So if you have damage to the skin of the aircraft, it can be patched or replaced easily on the battlefield. And it can be rearmed, refueled, and serviced with minimal equipment. What this does is this makes this aircraft efficient towards the front lines, which is where you want your aircraft when you're calling in close air support and you need that help. It comes with 6 infrared guided Maverick missiles. It also has 2 AIM sidewinders to protect itself in the air. But one of the most interesting things is that the A-10 Thunderbolt comes with an Avenger 30mm Gatling cannon. This cannon fires 4,200 rounds per minute of depleted uranium armored piercing shells. Now, if you'll notice here, the Gatling cannon is offset in the aircraft, has 7 firing tubes. The 9 o'clock tube is the tube that's actually the round fires out of. As you'll notice, it's set to be almost centered in the aircraft. What this does is it keeps the aircraft online during a very violent time of firing. So even though the Gatling cannon is off-centered in the aircraft, which most people believe is just because of the landing gear, the 9 o'clock position of the firing tubes allows it to still fire down the center of the aircraft. This aircraft has redundant hydraulic flight control system. So if the aircraft takes damage to the flight hydraulics, it's still able to operate. Titanium armored tub surrounds the pilot as well as the hydraulics control system. This titanium tub runs from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of armored protection. Pilot's canopy is bulletproof. So as this aircraft is flying in, coming in on its target, doing that long loitering over the battlefield, the pilot is protected with bulletproof canopy. Durable, it can survive direct hits of armored piercing and high explosive projectiles. This aircraft will take its damage and be able to still fly on one engine, missing the stabilizer and part of a wing. The most often color that you'll see the A-10 Thunderbolt come is a compass ghost. This is a two-tone color. It's dark on top, a dark gray, and a lighter gray on the bottom, which helps camouflage it from the ground looking up, as well as from above looking down. The A-10 also has a false canopy painted on the underside. Most often you'll see it. It's a dark gray on the bottom of the aircraft. As you'll see by this picture, it looks like the canopy's on top. What this does is it confuses the enemy of the aircraft's altitude and direction. Though the A-10 has been scheduled to retire many times, every time it's been given the opportunity to perform its mission, it has proven its worth. With the upgrades to its wings, its engines, and avionics, the A-10 will be cheaper to maintain than most other alternative platforms. It'll be answering the calls for close air support for many years to come.